What role do organized religions play in the lives of human beings? Do they, by their very nature, divide us rather than unite us, all too often turning the unbeliever into an infidel and a threat? Or are the commonalities of different faith expressions ultimately greater and more fundamental than the differences? The documentary Sacred, which took more than 40 film crews to 25 countries and was 2 years in the making, provides a hopeful answer to that question. Here's a preview.
Learning about God made me mad about all the things I did in my life, the sins I committed. You just be like, man, there gotta be something better. Gotta be something better. Be needing them footsteps in the sand.
Cuando siempre están apuros, pues eso es lo que hace, rezar, entre comillas, hablar con Dios y eso.
And joining us now to talk about it are Dr. Bill Baker, one of the film's executive producers, and Tom Lennon, the film's director and producer. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Great to be here.
And I should say, for the few viewers who don't know, that you were the president of WNET 13 for many years and the genius who hired me.
I was a genius. That's the only time, maybe.
And Tom, you're an Academy Award-winning director. And, some of the work you've done, 4 times nominated, 1 time winner, and I can't pronounce the name of the film, but it's a beautiful film about orphans in China. Anyway, enough of the unsolicited testimonials. To the questions. You know, as I made clear in the introduction, Bill, this is truly a film of epic proportions. How did the idea of it come to be?
Well, it's a really interesting story that involves the beginning of this film. And that is one of our board members, one of the Channel 13 board members, a man by the name of George O'Neill, who was retiring. And he's still alive, still with us. And when I retired, he said, I want to give you a large gift, my wife and I. Abby, want to give you a large gift for a project that you want to do. Not for me personally, but for something that I want to do in retirement. And I thought about it, and I had made other significant movies on faith subjects, and I thought I want to do a big global film on faith. And let me tell you why. First, as you said in your introduction, often religion gets blamed for a lot of the problems in this world, rightly so. However, of the 7.5 billion people in this world, 6 billion of them have faith. So it must mean something. It's the way many of us get through life. It gives us a centering of values. It gives us a chance to kind of orient ourselves to communicating with about the meaning of life. And so for me, trying to deal with that in the most positive way was my dream. And I had originally started thinking about sacred places and a bunch of other things. Finally, when it came to it, and I had to work really hard at raising quite a bit of money to make the film, I realized I didn't have the skill to do it. So I needed somebody that did. Hence, your other guest, Tom Lennon, who really is a gifted filmmaker, who helped take that original dream and idea and vision with the help of the heavy lifting that I brought to the party of bringing all my friends in to support it. And he really made it sing. And then I had taught for a long time, as you know, at the Juilliard School, and one of our top composers at Juilliard did the music for the film, a man by the name of Ed Billos. Yeah. So we had quite an experience here in this multi-year event.
Can I ask you a question, Raphael? Do you know any other person who gets approached by a friend and says, I want to make a gift of substantial money for you to do whatever you want?
No, it doesn't happen.
These are friends.
Those of us in the business know that doesn't happen.
I was the only person that ever did that.
Well, Tom, let's talk about the making of the film. You know, I used to run a film union, so I know firsthand that a shoot with a second unit could be difficult to coordinate. How in the world did you create this beautiful, seamless film with more than 40 units around the world?
It was pretty nuts, and But that was also part of the fun of it. Bill said, like, you got to do this film in a different way. You got to do it in a 21st century way. So I didn't want to do like a crowdsourced thing where everybody sends in whatever they want. I wanted something much more controlled than that. I wanted it to be a film that I directed, but I wanted to direct in a very different way. So we spent a lot of time plotting the film out before we hired anybody. And then we gave like really kind of micromanagey, fussy little requirements about what cameras to use and what stabilization to use, what lenses to use, what f-stop and all this sort of stuff. But then we found all these unbelievable filmmakers, shooters all over the world. Almost nobody said no when we approached them and said, look, we want you to build this little piece of this larger picture. And it was an astonishing adventure. I can't tell you what it was.
No, there are so many stories, so many vignettes. I have my favorite stories, favorite segments. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite story in the film?
There are many short pieces. One is almost 6 minutes long, and that's a group of prisoners in Angola prison who
One of my favorites.
have no prospect of coming out anytime soon, maybe not ever. And the faith that they conjure, like with enormous creativity and conviction.
I mean, and they
that's
find
something
freedom,
that
and
they find freedom
through it.
inside
that's
that
absolutely
prison, and
moving.
so I think that's maybe one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, for me, of course, some of the what we call in the TV business eye candy is really spectacular. You know, the big global pictures of people all over the world, and some of these glorious and beautiful liturgies. But there was a woman in Connecticut dying, and her thoughts and her very good articulation about her life and the meaning of her life as she's dying and how she's dying, praying for other people. It was a very touching and moving segment. I liked that a lot.
What is the ultimate impact that you want this film to have on the viewers, and what impact did it have on you?
We know religion and faith are a big part of the majority of people's lives in this world. To celebrate that, to realize that we're all trying to do the same thing, to try to get closer to God, is a good thing.
And to which I would add, there's a goal to immerse you in those experiences and give you, the viewer, no exit except to think your way through what you're experiencing, how you're encountering those folks, what you think of what they're making. There are no talking heads, there's no narration.
That's right.
And so it pushes it back to the viewer. Okay, sort this out.
And as different as all these religions are, we're really in many ways the same.
Well, gentlemen, you did a beautiful job. It's a beautiful film. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for making it.
Very fun. Fun to be here.
Sacred premieres on PBS December 10th. Please check your local listings for additional viewing opportunities.